just so that I'll always edit afterwards if anything, don't worry.
Am I
Um,
supposed to push any buttons at all?
say that again, I'm sorry.
Am I supposed to push any buttons that says the meeting is being recorded? Do I push OK?
No, ma'am. You're good to
Okay.
go. You're good to go. You just got to bring us all your knowledge and education and experience and share your wonderful story because I'm really excited to dive into that. So thank you again. So Jillian, let me give you an introduction here.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so here we go. And hey, everyone, and welcome to the Bear Experiment podcast. I'm your host, Monica Clavijo. And today we're diving into an extraordinary conversation that explores the mysteries of life, death, and the spiritual realm. Now, my guest, Jillian Hendrix, has had not one, but two near death experiences, which completely transformed her life. Through these experiences, she went through a spiritual awakening, unlocking her ability to communicate with angels, heal through energy, and tap into her psychic gifts. Now, in this episode, Jillian will take us through her journey, what she saw during her near death experience, how an angel physically opened her third eye, and what messages she's received from the spiritual realm. We'll also explore her healing abilities, the presence of extraterrestrials, the reality of starseeds, and whether we're in the middle of a mass spiritual awakening. Plus, she's also going to share insights on how to protect our energy, communicate with angels, and step into our own spiritual power. Now, if that wasn't enough, she's also going to do a live angelic reading on all of us that are watching. And we'll need to decide on that, Jillian, if we want to do it in the middle of the show, at the very end, whatever you feel is the best energy for us to be able to receive this angelic healing. I'm going to let you make the call on that.
Okay. We could just do it at the end.
Okay, that sounds great. Okay, so if you guys are ready to open your mind because this is going to be a very powerful and eye-opening conversation. So please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit the notification bell so that you never miss an episode with all of the amazing guests that are coming on to the Bear Experiment podcast. Now let's dive in. All right, Jillian, here we go. So
Hi,
this is
everybody.
so
Oh, sorry.
this is so great because I want to tell you that um I have been wanting to connect with more people on the podcast that have had, NDEs and talk a little bit more about the spiritual realm and aspects of life. And I'm finding that a lot of people were just not resonating with my invitation, right? Because they would see a lot of the podcasts that I have active right now on YouTube. It's just happened that way where they're more like just mental, right? Like just people that are healing from trauma or mental health podcasts. It's basically the way that it's fallen into. And the other day I was just like, God, I really want to start with one on near death experiences. And you reached out to me and I was like, isn't the world amazing how this works? You know? I thought that was
Yes,
great. So thank you so much for that. So then talk to me. So you've had not one but two near death experiences.
yes, ma'am.
But you say that you don't remember the first one, so tell us what happened there.
Well, my ex-husband tried to kill me, and it was all documented. I have doc doctor's notes, but I'm still healing from the second one when I was really sick. So I didn't even know about it until I finally left him and got my daughter and got divorced. He was a narcissist. Um, he thought I was talking to the devil when all this happened to me at first. So at the very beginning, I used to live in La Crosse, Wisconsin. And we lived by two different hospitals in a 15, 20-minute proximity. And when I had my first spiritual awakening, it was like uh, the best way to describe it is like if you ever see Poltergeist
Uh-huh, of course. Yeah.
with the cemetery, and like everybody and their mother was trying to connect with me, and they were holding the ticket, um, and they, and they were just so excited they could make contact with me. that I saw them. Um, I've always been able to see supernatural things my whole life, and I've always dreamt in color. And sometimes my dreams come true. But I thought this was normal for everybody. When I started seeing supernatural things happen around me, I started reaching out to paranormal people and taking videos and pictures, and their eyes were just blown away because they're like, wow.
Well, I've seen some of the posts studying your work and your story and your experience, and I have seen some of the pictures that you've taken with the things that you've seen. I certainly don't see that when I look up in the stars. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you're
And I
definitely seeing something, and you're able to capture it that I'm
yeah,
not.
and I'm telepathically connecting. So when it all first came about and it started, where we lived, the house was built on a vortex on a native burial ground. My ex-husband's native. And so all the spirits were connecting with me at the same time. And I thought that if I went to a sacred place, I mean, I didn't know it was a native burial ground at that time, but it reminded me of poltergeist. But
Where was
when
this? You said it in Wisconsin?
this was this was in La Crosse, is where I used to live,
Mm-hmm.
and we lived by two different hospitals. So when I first had my first NDE and I came out of that, and I'm still healing from the second NDE, it was just life changing because I physically was touched by angelic presence. So what happened was one day I just started seeing weird stuff and started reaching out to paranormal people. And I thought in my mind, if I went to a sacred place, they couldn't make contact with me. There was a fire in the house the night prior to everything happening. And it was kind of like good versus evil. And I literally had an angelic light being touched me, and gave me this beautiful blessing of healing. Um, my mind is kind of scattered be, because of how sick I was from the second time. If that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so let's get into that so that we understand the sequence of your story. So
Okay.
you have the first near-death experience through a
Yes.
very, very unfortunate situation with your ex-husband.
Yeah.
Um and but you really don't remember per se everything that happened. You remember more of the actual experience during your second and near-death
Yes.
experience
Yes.
because you were so walk us through that one. So you had a possible
So,
cancer diagnosis?
so that one I had to go into the doctor's office and go in and get a ablation done. And from the ablation, I have really bad anxiety. So I asked to be put out
Don't we all?
with with the breathing tube, and I got an infection from that breathing tube. Well, I have cancer that runs in the family,
Hmm.
so I was terrified. I personally, I don't like doctors. I like my doctor that I go to. I can talk to him, and that's what I like about him. And I can talk to him about stuff like this. That's the kind of person I am. I just try to stay genuine and honest and me, you know. And I'm on a mission, and it it I'm not alone.
You are definitely not alone with what you've gone through. I love watching podcasts about people that have experienced near-death experiences. I read a lot about former military veterans that through their experience, they've almost died at war. They've had the, NDE happen. And at that point, they
Yeah,
open up and then they've gone to ayahuasca retreats to really start
yeah.
dealing with the confusion that they have in their minds because you can't process that as a human being. You need someone to kind of walk you through this. So I definitely think that you are doing the right thing. Like anybody that's gone through such a scary situation, not understanding the magnitude of what it is that you've experienced, you know?
It's life changing. I had to get the tribe involved. I had someone come to the house and bless the house. My ex-husband thought I was talking to the devil, told me I was talking to the devil, and I have videos. I just got to look for them, but I have videos of like weird stuff started happening in my closet, and I have it on video, and it was just the coolest stuff. And then after that, then I started just seeing other things. And that when spirit connects with you, that's it. Like when you got to learn how to protect your energy field, which everyone should know about because I'm a natural empath, and we're all um, ascending on in different levels because we're all merging timelines right now. We're merging from 3D to 5D. I know I'm getting ahead of myself. I apologize, but um, how sick I was the second time. So I had the ablation. I got infection from that breathing tube, and from that, my kidneys about shut down. I had toxic shock syndrome. I turned sepsis and blood poisoning. I'm in some book in the lacrosse of miracles. So I say I'm a living, breathing, walking miracle, and I'm just grateful to be alive. The mission is just like icing on the cake. You know that's from God.
You know,
He
when
saved
these,
me
yeah,
twice.
when these, exactly, exactly. So at that point, that's got to play with your head as well, right? Like
All the time.
you know for a fact you're here for a reason at this point. Like, okay,
All
and
the time.
so what is my purpose, right? Like, okay, God, what is it that I'm supposed to do? And we'll definitely get into that part. So I want to ask you, a lot of people describe an overwhelming sense of peace and light during their NDE. Is that what your experience was like?
No, it was like carving a turkey, and the turkey was like dry. So my downloads were like bits and pieces of like the emerald tablets. I've physically seen the emerald tablets with Roth. Now, mind you, I didn't know what any of the stuff was at that time, but I saw code, like like computer code.
Like The
I was
Matrix, like the movie The Matrix?
it was literally like I was unplugged from something.
Now,
I can't explain
could
it.
this have been a hallucination from pain medication that they could have put you on that you were,
No,
no?
no, no, absolutely not. No, no, no. This was afterwards. I like I said, I've always been open to things. I have some kind of connection with Archangel Jophiel. I've been told I'm a soul healer. I have been told that I am here to help wake up humanity. That is part of the mission, to help raise other people's vibrations and give them the tools to teach them meditation and to calm your mind and to get out of that 3D thinking because we've been brainwashed and programmed our whole life.
100%, a hundred
And we've
percent.
been lied to, completely lied to.
Mm-hmm.
And I did like I am affirmations for like 30 days when I came out of the hospital just to try to retrain my brain.
So when you mentioned that during your awakening, an angel came to you and literally grabbed your forehead and spread open your third eye. What was that experience like?
I was touched by an angelic presence. So at first I was seeing all this like dark stuff around me. Because I went because I said I was looking for a sacred place, so I went to a church thinking that they couldn't connect with me there, and then it even got worse at that point. And I physically saw things that I just couldn't explain, and I was trying to explain it to the pastor, and of course they thought I was cuckoo for cocoa puffs. You know what I mean? They didn't get it. And I'm telling them, I'm like, this is what an angel looks like, and this is what a devil looks like, or a lower entity, because I don't like to put that kind of energy into that because
But
they
you
feed off of your fear.
but you've definitely experienced lower energy entities.
Absolutely. I've
And
actually helped some people remove entities when they psychically attacked in the past.
like an exorcism?
Kind of like an exorcism, yeah.
Oh wow. So
I
you have
wasn't
those kind of powers?
Yes, ma'am.
That's amazing. Okay, so that's interesting.
It's all interesting. I try to
you know,
remember it all.
I was just watching what's the name of it? The one with Russell Crowe where he's it's based on a true story that he's an Italian priest, top exorcist that worked for the Catholic Church.
Hmm.
Father Amor, Amor, I think that was his name. And well, Russell Crowe, he did a
Okay.
great job portraying a real life exorcism that he did where it was really out of this world. And then I started following a couple of priests that talk about their life work doing exorcisms for a living. So can you walk us through your scariest exorcism?
That was me confronting my ex-husband. He was possessed by a demon.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Well, it's all part of living on the native burial ground. Sorry, I just got to get up and
No,
I'm
no
trying to
problem.
quit smoking.
Do what you have to do so that you're
But
comfortable.
no, I look at life in a different way, and I'm just grateful to be alive and share my story and try to help other people to get on the platform, uh, for them to get on their spiritual journey.
Okay, so walk us through that then. Walk us through the scariest negative entity that you have helped another person remove.
Well, it's not scary to me because once you are aware of what they are and they feed off fear, you don't do that. Um, you just kind of confront. I had to confront the entity
Hmm.
and protect my energy field. Obviously, that's just 101, spiritual 101, I say.
Right,
But
right.
you confront it and tell them they're not allowed to be in your energy field.
And how do you protect your energy field? Through
Well, I
sage?
light I light my palo or smudge, sage, salt. Put salt around your perimeter of your home. I put sea salt on the bottom of my feet because I had so many people on the other side trying to make contact with me, as crazy as that sounds. To me, crazy is the new normal.
Yeah,
It's like the wake
yeah.
up call. Um, I don't know. I
Do
don't.
you
I don't know
do
how to explain that
do you
because every
prefer now that you have been activated
yes,
and you have all of these spiritual gifts, if you had the decision to say no, I don't want this. God, nope, 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 not right now. Would you say no, or would you, or do you like what you're experiencing? Are you open
no, I
to
I love it. I love just being able to be me in my own skin finally. And
okay.
I started publicly speaking, so my daughter and the younger generation would know about protecting your energy field and spiritual stuff. So people can start teaching this. Like meditation should be a part of something, mindfulness or something in school at the very beginning to learn how to quiet your mind.
I couldn't agree more with that. I think I was watching, I think it was Mel Gibson, where he was saying that the funding that they're giving to most universities and public schools should be given to trade schools nowadays because,
Yeah,
it's what they're teaching us, and with the public education right now is just bullshit,
right.
right? It's just
Yes.
bullshit for most kids. So
I don't even think they're teaching anymore. I just think they're dumbing them down. My daughter's about to graduate high school. She's about to turn 18, and they don't teach the things like they did when we were kids.
yeah.
I'm 51. I like I said, I was so sick. I have memory issues. They said it was short-term memory or whatever. I mean, it's changed my life how sick I was, mind, body, and spirit, my soul. I completely transformed. I was so heavy from the water weight, the retention. It was the heaviest I'd ever been. And
So
I'm someone that the way I was raised is like, you take care of yourself. You get up and you, you know what I mean? And like, I'm not that person anymore. I don't want to say materialistic, but my priorities have definitely changed for the better.
are you able to have you been able to simplify your life more in order to be able to see, like, they say that money is the root of all evil, right? And what we should really be doing is, healing others and serving others. And that's where the true blessing and purpose of our life path really is.
I, I had to go through a lot of different dark nights of the soul, as they call it, and heal myself because I believe that a healer is not like a guru, like people make it out to be. I pissed off so many people in the spiritual community when it came out and started publicly speaking because I resonate what comes from my heart. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. And there's also a lot of scammers out there and take advantage of people's vulnerability. They lose a
There's a
loved
lot.
one
There's a
and
lot.
they're just after you to see how much money they can take from you because you're in such a vulnerable state right now, right? From losing that person. So,
Well, what's so terrible is that they say they do that, or they say that you're never going to find true love, or you're hexed or cursed, and you got to spend all this money to remove this or buy this crystal, and
right.
that's that's a charlatan. That's not what this is about, or
So,
however you say it. You know what I mean? There's good people and there's bad people. There's good aliens and there's bad aliens.
okay, so let's finish the exorcism part. So then
Okay.
you heal your energy, you right, you protect your energy,
Yes, ma'am.
and somebody calls you in and that person is possessed by this negative entity, right?
And
Um, demonic entity. So what do you do? You start, what do you say? How do you
I
help them?
you command it to leave, and you speak coming from your heart. I channel, so I black out when I channel, so I don't really know what comes out of my mouth.
So
Um,
you don't really
I'd
remember.
have to no, no, I never remember when I channel. I've been able to channel people that passed on to the other side, and I can physically describe spirit, but I couldn't tell you what I said when I did it, if that makes sense,
Yeah.
because I don't remember.
Because it's really not you.
No, it's not.
It's a higher power that's coming in, channeling through you and performing that work.
Yes, and when I do Reiki, I just keep my water and try to stay hydrated because I get like lightheaded. It kind of makes me dizzy after I do it because it's kind of like a euphoric feeling.
So you communicate with multiple angels, not just one.
Yes,
And do they come to you at all hours of the day, or is it when you're
yeah,
sleeping?
I've always seen them ever since I came out of the hospital. As I see the light ships that I post about,
And what
which
what
which
what
are
what
Merkabas.
what do the angels look like?
They're light beings. So they're kind of iridescent, clear like a bubble, but
Okay.
smoke. And
Okay.
they've actually flown into the camera. So anytime that I've been blessed to be a guest on different shows, I always take a picture outside and ask, "Is this what I'm supposed to do?" And I've always had orbs. I'll have to look for them, but I'll share them with you. It's pretty cool. I know I'm protected.
Do we all have these special gifts? Because I've also read that we're all born with psychic abilities. We just have not developed them because of our programming.
Yes, I do classes and try to help you learn how to get into your gifts and ascend to your next uh, um, journey. Everybody ascends differently.
Yeah, yeah.
Meditation is definitely the key, and to definitely stop watching the news.
I know.
I
I
mean,
know.
everything is energy and everything is vibration. So to get back to when the tribe came to the house to bless it and everything, I'll never forget it because that's when I started seeing physical energy all around me. I see colors of energy. And when he came into the house and he did whatever a shaman does to clear, because everybody does different things, I literally saw all the spirits come sitting by the table when he came. It was the coolest thing.
And nobody else there obviously saw that other than you.
No, right.
Amazing.
Well, the
So
shaman, the shaman from the
he
tribe
can,
knew
right?
that I had the gift. Yeah, he told me. He said that was it what do they call it in Native American? We call it Gaia, but what do they call it? Mother Earth.
Uh-huh.
I can't think of a name, but he knew that I had the gift. And
And
and when I was little, I was told that I had the gift. My mom told me that one of her friends said that I had the gift. I'm just grateful to be alive.
When you talk to the angels, are they male or female?
Some have wings and some don't. I don't know about the other.
You can't, you haven't been able to.
I Jophiel is masculine and feminine.
Okay.
Archangel Raphael, when he comes, it's male. But everybody perceives things differently. That's how I upset or made so many people angry in the spiritual community because I didn't resonate the way that they resonated.
Hmm. Right. And everybody's very individual in their own ways of seeing everything, right?
Yes,
Depending
ma'am.
on whatever experiences they've had. So what
Yes.
messages have they shared? Have the angels shared with you that you are supposed to reveal to us?
I'm supposed to talk about like what we're talking about and try to help others get on their path and not to
Awaken. You have to
be
help others
awakened
awaken.
and not be afraid. And that's what the healing's going to be about. Is if they've already given me downloads from last night, which will be galactic and angelic activations with the healing. Um, I didn't ask for any of this. I'm just trying to get through life one day at a time.
I hear that. I hear that. Okay, so let's get a little bit into extraterrestrials and star
Okay.
seeds. Is that pretty much the same thing? Is that what star seeds are? What are star seeds?
We're the star seeds. We're different hybrids of star seeds. There's lions, there's Palladians or Pleiadians. I'm not really sure how you're supposed to say that, or Taurians.
Palladians, I believe. Yeah.
Okay, or Turian. I
Hmm.
did the first thing that I reached out when all this happened to me was YouTube, and I went on like higher self,
Hmm.
and I started looking at star seeds and what a star seed was, and different aliens. Like I've seen V. You know, when I first started connecting with the first light ships that I saw, the first thing that came to mind was V in the 80s. Like I was terrified. I'm like, holy shit, why me?
So you've seen actual spaceships?
I actually have a picture of an alien being I could send you.
So
It was the
how
first
is it?
time that I telepathically connected with them.
So how is it that you can see a spaceship and I can't?
I don't know, but I can teach people to do it.
Because they're all around us, right? Like
They're all they're
and
all
you
around.
and you're hearing that in the news and reading about it more and more, as much as they don't want us to read about that, where astronauts are confirming it. Very significant pilots in the military where they've explained that they've seen something and it wasn't one of us.
They've been here a very long time. We've been a slave planet. The good guys are here to free us. Well, we because we people don't understand that we all have free will.
Okay, so explain that to me because I was just speaking to an astrologer and numerologist on one of the episodes of my I think it was the last one, episode 53. And I was asking him about free will, and he was saying that there was really that wasn't really accurate because a lot of our positioning with our astrology and the numerology with the date that we're born, the time, the location does play into effect into the things that are already predispositioned to happen to us.
I'm not really into astrology. I don't really understand. My daughter really is big into it. What I can say is that I believe that you create your own reality with our thoughts.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know,
Manifestation, right?
it has to do with your intentions for sure.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay.
But
So
that goes back to training your brain to think a different way, also, because we've been programmed, like
and
brainwashed.
so how do we do that? How do we retrain our brains through meditation, through what?
Meditations, I am affirmations. I do personal sessions by only appointment only. I mean, I used to have people calling me all hours of the night, different time zones.
Mhm.
It depends on the person. Everybody is unique for a different reason. God made us all unique for us to be comfortable with who we are,
Absolutely.
and not
So
and not to be ashamed.
with the extraterrestrials that are exposing themselves to us and around us right now, do you believe that they're dangerous or are they here to help us?
No, they're here to help us. They're trying to make they're trying to make communication. And I already know that there have been ships that I, I know things I shouldn't know.
Okay. We'll share some stuff, girl.
I mean, I can channel. I'm a galactic channeler, but I don't channel the light language. But I receive the messages. I just follow other people for confirmation. I,
Mm-hmm.
I've been having some very interesting dreams lately, and all the you got to get through. You got to go through the darkness before you can find the light. If that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, the complete sense. Absolutely.
I try to
That's
be
that
the light
that's
in this
that's
dark world.
that's that's where the magic happens, right? Like when you get into that dark place, and you get out of it, that's really where that magic starts, developing for you.
I try to just be a light in this dark world. You know.
And a dark world it is. A dark world it is. When you channel beings, are you able to do it like Daryl Anka does with the entity Bashar, or is everything that you do telepathically?
I've never tried, so I every time I've done it in the past, it's been telepathically.
Okay.
I've never tried to do it the way because I know a lot of different channelers and how they do it, and I've never had that up. You know what I mean? I've
Hmm.
just never thought about it. I guess
Okay,
I
so
got enough going on.
do you believe that there's a mass spiritual awakening happening with
Oh,
all of us right now?
there's three waves. So there's one wave, people like myself. I was born like this, and then I kind of like shut it shut it off when I was younger because I cared about how people would view me and think of me and stuff. Because I remember like talking to fairies and seeing like weird stuff. I couldn't explain. I mean, I was only 5 or 6 years old, but like I remember stuff that I don't know how I remember. Um, but we that's where our past lives come from.
Well, they
We
say
have these
like I've seen
judgments.
I've seen a lot of documentaries also where you see like little kids, right? Like 2, 3 years old, and they start talking about, oh, this is my mother, and it's not their mother that they're born to now. They're talking about their mother and their past life and just talking about a complete other century that they lived in. And it's like, where are they getting this information from? Because, they don't know how to read, right? They haven't started school where they can start imagining all these things because of a book or a movie or a cartoon. So where are they
Right.
getting all this information from? It has to be from something that they've experienced. And we
And
yet haven't started the programming to start erasing all of that from them.
well, at first I thought that I was learning things, but I started learning that I was starting to remember the things that I already knew,
Mm-hmm.
which
Because you were allowing yourself to do it.
I was really, I'm just grateful because everything that happened to me, the way that it happened to me and how sick I was, I just had such a huge community of people because to just reach out to me and gravitate to me, um, and help me understand it because I thought I lost my shit.
Hell yeah. Of course. How
I
could you
mean,
not?
I did. I mean, I have multiple pictures. I just got to look for it. Me and my daughter were like doing a video. She was really young when I came out of the hospital. We're doing like a facial or whatever, and we accidentally recorded something, and we got like a weird growl on the video. Like, yeah, just stuff like that's just not normal, you
No,
know.
no, it's not. No, it's not. So,
And
so
and that's the kind of stuff that I was experiencing at first.
how do you know? Because I could speak for myself where I've
Yeah,
had a lot of very massive life-changing events that have happened within the last 5 years of my life, right? 4 or 5 years. Um the death of my father, a divorce, just I moved to another city. And a lot of that has helped me kind of view the world a little bit differently. I think that this is part of an awakening, a spiritual awakening that's happening within me. Um,
Absolutely. And you're
sometimes
transforming your whole life around you.
Yeah, and sometimes I think that I'm going batshit crazy also with certain
Yeah.
things that I've experienced. So how does a person know that they're going through a spiritual awakening?
There's different symptoms. And there's ringing in your ears. I call it angel radio
Oh my God,
or
all the time.
angel radar. Yes, all the
Oh,
time.
I
Well,
thought
I
I
was
had to
telling
I thought I had to go to the doctor. I thought I had a problem.
and when I'm hearing these high pitched, like it's like when you get your hearing tested or something and you raise your hand. That's kind of, but the more the ships are coming, the higher the frequencies are. That's when we're receiving our downloads.
Okay. Okay. What other signs other than high ringing in the ears can we look for?
Uh, it honestly it depends on the person. There's so many different symptoms.
Dreaming a lot. I was
Dreaming.
told by the
Well,
astrologer and the
always,
numerologist to start writing down my dreams every night because I'm going to start dreaming more and more and more, where I'm going to
I
remember.
always I always tell my clients to keep a journal in the bathroom because you wake up in the middle of the night, go to the bathroom, and you write your stuff down. Keep a journal. I have my journal from when I was really, really sick when all this stuff happened, because it won't make sense at the beginning, but it will start coming together. I'm a firm believer that we're all like a puzzle piece and we're all supposed to fit somehow.
So you recommend that we write down every single dream that we have
Yes.
and keep it in a journal and then just go back to it when we're ready to.
Anything you can remember
Okay,
that's
that's good
significant.
advice. I'm gonna try
Yeah.
that. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna put it next to my bed so that I can remember to do that. Because if you wait too long, you're gonna forget.
Right.
Yeah.
And so if you leave it in the bathroom or somewhere that you know it's there, then you'll get in the habit of doing it.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So can you give us an energy forecast for 2025 and what should we spiritually be expecting with the spiritual awakening that's happening more and more with the collective today?
We're going into the the golden age where it, everyone on the planet is ascending right now. Uh, it's you ever see the Truman Show?
Yeah. Yeah, I have. I have.
Okay, my best interpretation of how I view and look at life now is the movie They Live.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's it's very real. Once you open your eyes and you're aware of the shit that's been going on for not just a couple years, like billions of years, and how they've just um gotten away with everything they've done to us. It's almost like we're a science project or something. I call us a glitch.
It's like you have like that 1% that's really running the world behind the scenes and we're just, they're props that they're just, you
Like a
know,
game maker. Yeah.
yeah, they're just doing whatever they want with us through, the programming on the television, the news, even cartoons, now the
Oh,
more that
there's
we're
so much.
dissecting all of these cartoons that they're giving, to our kids, to the children from what we were watching when we were young. And you're just like, that was a little R-rated for us,
Right. There's
you
so many
know?
subliminal messages. It's terrible. Um, I believe in MK Ultra. I believe in cloning. It goes deep, that rabbit hole. It goes deep.
Well,
The
yeah.
best advice is just to try to stay positive and keep your vibrations as high as you can
Okay.
and not
So
to worry.
how do we do that? Meditation?
Yeah,
Meditation.
meditation.
I was struggling a couple of days ago where I was just hit with anxiety, right? Like just some overthinking. I just start, I do that. I don't know why, because
It's normal.
in the end, everything always works out. There's always, God. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
and everything's always worked out in my best good, right? In my
Right.
highest good.
Uh-huh.
When I look at things, you know, 3 years later, and where I thought it was a catastrophe 3 years ago, I'm just like, okay, I get it now. I understand why that had to happen because I wouldn't have been able to do it on my own unless, it ended as abruptly as it did. So then when things happen drastically, abruptly, right, where I was struggling with a little bit of anxiety. And I started going, I struggle with meditation. I try to do that as much as I can. What I do is I pray. But I started going to the gym. Like the gym really helps me just to get on a treadmill, put on some headphones, walk for 30 minutes, and then I'll just get like in a sauna. And that just completely, I know that it's endorphins and all that fun stuff, but that really
Yeah.
levels me out. So, and then
Well, that's good.
the consistency of continuing to do that, right?
Mhm.
Definitely helps elevate your entire soul at that point so that you feel a little bit better. Um, so let's talk a little bit about tarot cards. Do you, with your
I
psychic
don't.
abilities, do you do anything like that?
I read Oracle, and I
Okay.
have a crystal ball named Herbert. But yeah, I don't do tarot.
Okay. All right. Is there any truth to crystals and stones? So I have these I brought here.
Oh yeah, crystals vibrate,
So
different vibrates. They have different properties.
so I went to, a woo-woo store in Miami, and
I
this
love
was
that you say
probably
woo.
this was like maybe like 3 years ago.
Yeah,
And I was just like, okay, love, I want to fall in love, right? So they gave me this one, rose quartz, I believe it's what it's called.
that's not rose quartz.
No, I don't know which one's what. So I'll show them
Rose
to you.
rose quartz is this one. Oh, oh, this is rose quartz.
Oh,
Behind you is
yeah.
a salt lamp. That's the same thing. This was gifted me. Most of my crystals have been gifted me
Okay.
um, for all my energy work.
What about this one? Can you see it?
That's amethyst.
Okay. What about this one?
This is amethyst.
And what is that for? What is the purpose of amethyst?
Amethyst is an amazing for healing.
Okay.
I have the crystal Bible. I could read it to you, the properties. Everybody should know about crystals.
What about this one? Can you see this one?
That's beautiful. That looks just like quartz, like regular quartz, which quartz amplifies everything. My
Okay.
nana gifted me this crystal. This is what I use for healing.
Oh, okay.
It's an Lemurian crystal.
Okay. Okay. What about this one?
That looks like angelite.
Yeah. Okay. Now that you're saying them, you're you're nailing it. That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so good. So my big one in the back is for love then. That's what you're saying, right? It's in the the rose quartz supposed to
Love
be for love.
course,
Good.
unconditional love. Yes. And that's part of your spiritual journey is transformation. And you always got to love yourself first. No one can love you until you love yourself first.
That's so true. That is
Give
so
yourself
true.
a hug and,
It's what they
say, I
say,
love
like
you.
whatever it is that you are looking for in that other person, right? Your other half, your soulmate,
Right.
whatever you want to call it. It's like think about it, right? Write all those qualities that you want on a piece of paper and become that, and that's how you attract that person.
That's kind of like how you write a spell.
Is that true? Can you do that too?
It's
Can
all
you
about
write?
intentions. We all can. We all can do all these things. And I was gifted to be able to teach people different things, but it's very time consuming. And everybody learns on a different level. Everyone wants everything now, and it doesn't work that way because on the other side, time doesn't exist.
Okay, I like that. Right. So it's about patience also. Time was man-made. Um, so yeah, you're right. Everything that we pray for, we want it right now. And
Yeah,
that's not the way that the world works. It's in God's timing, not in our timing.
right.
Uh,
And today was the timing because I haven't publicly spoken at least 6+ years.
no, this is great. I believe in the synchronicities of life and the universe talking to you and
Yes,
I'm trying to open up and be more receptive to what I'm seeing
yeah,
and understanding. It's hard. It's hard because
it
I'm
is.
I'm very busy. I'm a single mother. I have a very, competitive job. I do the podcast, so it's a lot that my brain has to kind of, uh, grasp at the same time. And then you have all these codes that the universe is throwing at you constantly. It's like,
And they're
how,
constant.
how,
They're constantly
how do how do
coming
you
down.
how do you separate the two? You know what I mean? You can't. It's impossible. It's
I
impossible.
had, yeah, it is impossible because I have one foot in 3D and one foot in 5D.
And
I
and, and how different is that? Is that okay? So because
so different.
you're
People don't
able,
understand me, how I talk, but my doctor does.
well, I understand you. I'm
I
getting
mean,
it.
people that have had things happen to them understand. I feel like I'm a huge advocate with the NDEs because your life just fucking it's like you're on a roller coaster ride. You're one person one day and then you're completely different and you can't go back to that person.
Right.
Why would you want to?
You can never go back to that person that's asleep, right?
Right. And it was almost like I had amnesia or something. Weird.
When you were healing a ladybug, can you share that story?
My well, it was after I came out of the hospital. I don't know exactly when. But like I said, my memory's kind of shaky. I want to say I came out of the hospital in 2016, I think. It was in before Christmas when I came out of the hospital, and so that was around summertime. We used to have like a set up pool outside in the backyard, and I swear, I thought I heard a voice from the bug.
The ladybug was talking to you.
Something was talking to me because I heard something, and I put it in my hand, and the rest is history. I
I'm gonna add that video. I'm gonna add that video on this portion of it so that everybody can actually see what you do and how
thank
you
you.
were able to heal a ladybug. I thought that that was fascinating, the way that with the energy in your hands, how you were
I
able to
couldn't believe it, and my mind was blown because my hands, when I do healing, they like extend like tree trunks, and they light up and they
I saw
glow.
that. I saw that too. So I'll post a video of that as well, with your hand. Well, we're going to be able to see that because you're going to do a healing at the end,
Yes,
right? An angelic
yes.
healing for us at the very end. So we'll able to see that. So just make sure that you put your hand really close so that we can actually visualize how the energy makes your hand, one of your hands get bigger than the other.
Of course.
Okay. So, final words. What's your ultimate mission here on Earth, according to the angels? It's just to help us all with our mass awakening that's happening, and
Yes,
ascend.
and connect. I'm also a part of my mission is also to help others connect. Because we're all one. We're all connected. There
Hmm.
should not be, people try to one up each other. I got this, and well, look at what I got. That's not what 5D is all about. This is this is completely different. And it's about working together
It's
because
about
we
it's
all
is it more about compassion and empathy?
kindness and patience, yes, and just being your genuine and authentic self.
So why does the world seem more disruptive than ever?
Because they've been trying to divide us. Because if they divide us, then that's part of their plan. But we've already won in another timeline. I've already seen it.
Okay.
We just have to believe it.
Good, good.
Yeah,
So good stuff, right? Good stuff for the
you got to
future.
believe
Well,
in the magic. Yeah, you got to believe in the magic to receive the magic for sure.
are you able to sense when you meet a person whether they're good or
Oh
bad
yes.
right
Oh
off the
definitely.
bat?
Oh yes, absolutely.
What kind of energy are you grasping from me?
Oh, you have amazing energy. I see auras. You have a beautiful aura. You have amazing, a whole bunch of different spiritual guides around you, male and female. A lot of lost people that have, passed on. Um, I have access to Akashic records. I've seen that before when in my download. I don't know if it was my first awakening or my second. Like I said, that's kind of glitchy. But it was like an old Victorian library I seen, and it was just different books, and we all have access to this.
Yeah, I've read a lot about that also with the Akashic records. And again, there's people that tell you that they can help you gather all this information, but a lot of them are scammers out there. And it's like, how much
Well,
validity
the
is.
problem with the Akashic records is that even though I have access to it, that part I don't understand with the past life thing. So I don't like to do anything that I don't really understand.
Right, because you could be giving out wrong
False
information also.
information.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes
And
sense.
there's so many people that they just need to have something to have that hope,
Mm-hmm.
you know? There's so much darkness in the world. And there I guess I'm supposed to be here to show people that it's okay to not be okay and to just be like to be happy. But
To
because lack
find,
of raises your vibration.
yeah.
I don't know. I talk in energy and vibrations and stuff, and I know that's weird. I'm trying to explain it, like dumb it down.
Yeah, it's like spirituality for dummies, right? Like they have in all the books. That's
Yeah,
what you know what?
I would
That's
love to
that's
create a
that's what you should
pamphlet.
do. That's exactly what you should do. I think that people would definitely bite into that if
I
it
would
if it
love to
doesn't
create
already
it.
exist.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. It's not for everyone, but people have waited and like worked and searched for this to happen to them. I didn't. This just happened to me. You know,
Is it true that spiritual guides and if we call to our spirit guides and guardian angels, are they
talk to
supposed
them.
are they
Talk to
so
them like. I'm
go
sorry.
ahead.
Go ahead.
Sorry. No, no.
I was going to say, talk to them like they're your closest friend.
Okay, so they do listen to us. They do
Oh, all the time.
answer our calling when we call on them that we're praying to God and to our spirit guides and guardian angels. They come to us when we need them the most, but we have to call to them and we have to let them know that we need their help and their guidance, correct?
Well, God is always around and always listening, but God is not what they made you or us to believe. Um, God is inside of us. We are all gods and
Hmm.
goddesses.
Hmm. We are gods. We are all God.
Yeah.
We're all one and we're all God. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Which
So
that sounds kooky to a lot of people, but
no,
whatever.
no, it doesn't. It actually does not. It's just that I think that the reason why a lot of people, and I can only speak for myself here right now, but I just think that there's so much evil and corruptness in the world that it's hard to
There is.
believe, that all these angelic forces or higher vibrational forces are really real because then how does all this bullshit actually why why do little 2-year-old kids get cancer and die, like why do these things happen?
I ask the same questions. Why does it happen to the good people?
The good people, and then you get somebody that's molested 27 kids and he lives till he's 100, right, and they never catch him. So
Right.
those are things that I can't understand. I will never understand, but I choose to try to believe in the good and not so much the evil, because if not, we're all going to go batshit crazy, right? So
Right.
where can people find you for all of the services that you've spoken about and that you offer and that you can help them to elevate?
Um, on my Facebook page, it's Infinite Blessings and Beyond, and on the TikTok, it's Bright Eyes 111.
Okay, so I will be adding all of your links on social media on the
Okay.
comment section of our YouTube channel, so that anybody that's looking for you can find you and you can offer
Okay.
the services. I think that this is great information that you're putting out there. It's definitely
Okay.
needed information right now. I'm sure that a lot of people will watch this and be like, let me talk to Jillian. She can probably, she's probably as wacky as I am, so she'll understand me right now.
Well, I was running a special. I do angelic Reiki with activations and meditations for $75, and I do a whole cleansing with unblocking your chakras and stuff.
Okay, and you can do all of that over a Zoom, right? Like you
Yeah.
can do this that we receive the energy that way without an issue.
Yeah. I'm on Skype. I just got to find it. But I'm on Skype and then Insta. I'm on Instagram too, but I don't know what that link is at the moment because I haven't really posted on there for a while.
Okay. All right. So just send me all of that information, Jillian, and I'll go ahead and I'll add that in the comment section. So
Okay.
that, so that anybody that's meant to find you can find you a little bit easier. And I'll definitely help facilitate that for you as best as I can. So then let's end this with an angelic healing. Why don't you show
Okay.
us what you're doing, what you're sending out to us, what light and vibration you're sending out to us with what you're doing. Everybody check out her hands. There's one of her hands that with the energy that she's putting out actually gets a little larger than the other one. It's a little freaky.
It's pretty freaky. But it's pretty cool though.
It's super
So
cool. Are you kidding me?
I'm lighting the pillow, and so I call on Archangel Michael for protection, strength, and courage. And then I call on Archangel Jophiel, Archangel Raphael, the light beings that are around me, anybody that is from my higher self. No lower energies are allowed to be in my energy field, in my space. And I'll be imprinting this. So anyone that is open to receive the healing and the galactic and angelic codes can receive it. So I need you to put your palms up to the side like this. Okay, so you'll
Okay.
be open to receive, and I need give your higher self permission to be open to receive the
Do I have to say
healing.
that? Do I have to say that out loud?
Yep.
Okay, so I give my higher self permission to receive the angelic healing from Jillian.
And I'm just starting right now because I am just a vessel. I'm just channeling. I gotta take this right now. And you want to concentrate on your breathing. Inhale, exhale. And just be open to receive. You feel that? It's kind of like a magnet.
I do.
Okay, that's all I got.
Oh wow. I feel from, waking up and going to the gym this morning and now receiving this angelic healing, I feel like a new woman. I feel like a new woman right now. Well, Jillian,
Thank you
thank you
so much for this
so
opportunity.
much. I love this. I love like there was a few times where my thoughts were just all over the place with everything that you're saying. Um,
Yeah,
I would love to repeat this again with you and
I'd
just
love that.
yeah, and just continue to maintain a relationship of communication and just putting this information out there. So thank you again for speaking with me and our viewers of the Bear Experiment podcast. To everyone that's watching, please consider subscribing to our channel and hitting the notification bell so that you never miss an episode. And share this episode, share this information. I'll be posting clips all week of all of the information that we're speaking about. It's time to elevate. It's time to grow. It's time to just be better. It's time to be better people, right? Like, and we
It
can do
is.
that. We can do
The
this as a
time is now.
collective. The time is
Yes.
now to do it, right? With the mass
Uh,
awakening that's happening.
I wanted to do a mass meditation like globally and
Hmm.
create some kind of, I was going to ask you about that if we could, because I know other people like myself.
Well, let me
Um,
know. Keep me
and if
posted.
it, we could create some kind of event and do a global
Yeah, yeah,
meditation.
get a community going and definitely, absolutely count on me for that. I would totally participate. I would actually love that.
Okay.
Okay, Jillian. Well, thanks again. I hope you have a fantastic Saturday and I'll be posting this like as soon as possible today. I'm not gonna lie. This is great. I
Thank
want
you.
this out
I,
there as soon as possible.
I'm so
Um,
excited.
yeah. So no, we're gonna definitely keep in touch, okay? But I wish you a great weekend. Sending you a lot of love. Sending you love
Thank
as
you so
well.
much.
Thank you so much for speaking with me. Okay, have a great one, honey.
Okay, blessings to all. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.